Hi everybody, welcome back to musicmoose.org. We're going to get back into the stylings now of Earl Scruggs and get into another tune, pick apart another tune, a very well-known tune in the Scruggs style called Cripple Creek. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about this tune, and also as well I'm going to be talking about subtleties in timing in this tune and in the stylings of Earl's playing, and especially in his backup, which I'm going to be getting into really shortly in these lessons. But for right now, we're going to do a little bit of the Cripple Creek, and I'm just going to play a little bit for you right now. There's a little bit of Cripple Creek in the stylings of Earl Scruggs, and we're going to pick this tune apart here in the upcoming lessons. But before we do, again, we're going to be talking about subtleties in timing in this tune, Cripple Creek. And now I'd just like to go to the board, if we can, and talk about a little bit more about musical notation. And if you remember, going back to previous lessons, I spoke about the time values of the 4 different notes we went over: the whole note, the half note, the quarter note, and the eighth note. And you remember that the whole note in 4/4 time had 4 beats associated with it, and the half note had 2 beats associated with it, the quarter note had 1 beat associated with it, and the eighth note had a half a beat associated with it. Now we're going to look at rests in musical notation. And we're going to start with the whole rest. Now I'm going to be going over this in the next lesson as well, but you can see what the whole rest looks like here on the board. If you look on the staff of the musical notation, you'll see a little black box that's going to hang below the line of the staff, and you can think about that hanging below the line as being heavy, okay? So it's hanging down beneath the line, and that's containing all the 4 beats. Now the thing about the rests is there's no playing being done, okay? It's just in the count. So if you saw a whole rest, you wouldn't play anything, but you'd still count the 4 beats, okay? And again, I'm going to be going over this a little bit more in the next lesson. And next we have the half rest, okay? Now the half rest is just the opposite of the whole rest, as in the little black box square you see there is going to be above the line in the staff, okay? And again, when you see that, that's going to have 2 beat rest, okay? 2 beats where you wouldn't be playing anything if you saw that within a measure in musical notation. And next you'll see the symbol for a quarter rest, and you can see it's sort of like a squiggly line Sort of looks like a leech, doesn't it? If some of you bass fishermen out there know what a black leech looks like, live bait, that's sort of what it looks like, that quarter rest right there. Again, if you see that in musical notation, you're going to be resting for one beat. And then moving down to the last note that we're going to be dealing with, again, these 4 notes, is the 8th rest. And you can see the symbol there. It has a black, sort of a black dot with a slanted line connected to it. And the eighth note rest is going to have a half beat rest associated with it. And again, we're going to be getting into this in the next lesson. Again, in the styling, in the playing, oh, I just lost my mic, but I'm going to keep it going right here, everybody. In the stylings of Earl Scruggs' playing, the subtleties in timing, especially in his backup, involves a lot of these things in music, and we're going to again go over it a little bit and talk about a little bit of those timing subtleties in this tune. Cripple Creek now for you. So we'll see you next time, everybody, right here on the Moose, musicmoose.org.